What's going on, guys? Johnny with Blazer Grass Lawn Care. And yes, it's 10:39, and as usual, let me get my tunes on. And yep, you're seeing the Laser Z. Exmark Laser Z. This is a 48-inch deck, and you will be seeing more of it in the near future. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about being a solo operator. Now the topic came about because I had a question on one of my last video, and it's basically, to sum it up, it stated, "Hey Johnny, or anyone out there, I'm about to go solo, but not by choice. Any advice or recommendation?" Something to that effect. So what I will tell you is that being solo is not bad. There is this stigma in lawn care that you have to have an assistant with you. You have to have somebody helping you. That's not necessarily true. You see, it depends on what your business plan calls for, if you have a business plan. You know, a lot of us started off doing lawn care as a additional income. You know, me myself, I'm retired military. I decided to do lawn care as a supplemental income, and also to minimize, I served 25 and a half years, so something different. And it became pretty big, to the point where I have 2 crews, 3 trucks, and life is beautiful. I can only speak for myself, but at the beginning I was solo, and I decided to have a helper, and then hire guys or whatever the case might be, and not put them on video. But I had a helper with me for quite a couple of years, and now I'm doing this by myself. Now my employees are working, guys. I can easily bring one of them with me, but what I found personally is that, due to my military upbringing, due to the way I am, I 100% prefer to be out here by myself. And let me explain why. It's because, again, not one specific helper, but helpers, period. Okay? They show up and they have that look on their face, which demoralize the way you feel that specific morning. We all have issues, and we all have compassion, and we listen to others' issues, but listening to your issue every day becomes an issue. You know what I mean? Whining, excuses, lateness, that takes a toll on me personally because of the way I am. And not to talk about attention to detail. I like things done my specific way, and I found myself redoing the work that I was paying someone to do. Also, when it came time to filming my videos, having someone with you, you quite don't get the shots, the whole thing, the way you want it. It takes a lot longer, and certain shots you can't get because the work is already finished, and by the time you get over there, you don't have anything to film. So And again, that encompasses a lot of my reasons for why I'm personally out here by myself. And it's not that I need someone with me, I just love doing this by myself. And that's what you need to kind of look at yourself and think about. You know, why do you honestly need a helper? Because are you taking on a lot of work, more work than you can honestly take on by yourself? Yes, don't get me wrong. I take on tasks that I need assistance with, and that's fine. But when you're solo, don't take those tasks, and it'll kind of, make it a little bit easier for you. Now, if this is your bread and butter, and you mainly have to go out there and do this, if you are legit and you paying a helper, you know, taxes, FICA, that adds up, guys. Now, I'm talking about legit workers' comp. That adds up, and labor takes away from what you're making. So think about things like that. When you're out there by yourself, you don't have to pay labor. You take your time. You only take on the work that you can physically do, and all the profits are yours. Now, you can say, well, with a helper, I can take on more work. I can make a lot more money. That may be true, but again, your liabilities are a lot greater, especially for, I would say, 98.5% of lawn care guys out there. You're not legit. Let's not fool anyone. You're paying a guy by the day or an arrangement, and without even thinking that what happens if this guy gets injured? What happens if this guy loses his or her life? And you are out here with this individual and you're not legit. What happens if this individual, you fire them and they decide to go and get unemployment and tell on your butt? Those are the things that you need to be thinking about. Stop thinking about trying to be out there and getting all the lawns in the world, working yourself to death, and then you're paying a guy under the table or a girl under the table, and they don't see any career progression. They're not going to stick with you. I mean, it is real. Let's not fool ourselves. Just put yourself in their shoe. You're at a transition, because this is what it is. Our work for helpers or assistants, this is a transitional job, especially if they know that you're not legit and they know that you're starting out. They're not going to stay with you for too much longer because they don't have, anywhere else to go. And I keep saying, put yourself in their shoe. Who wants to work for 15, 20 bucks for the rest of their lives? And then you don't have a plan as far as, okay, in 2 years or in a year, every year you get 3.5%, increase to your money. You gotta have a plan, guys. Let's be honest with ourselves here. Let's not fool ourselves. It is awesome to say that we want to have a big business and we want to have a whole bunch of trucks and we want to do this and we want to do that. But if you don't have a plan, this is not going to go the right way. You gotta have, number one is you have to ask the right questions when you're hiring these guys. And you need to hire all the time, not just when you think you need help. You know what I mean? Because let's be honest here. And I've done it when I first started my business. I just somebody said they wanted to work. I go, okay, all right, come on, man, let's go. I didn't even ask if they could use a string trimmer. I found that out once we were at the first property. We all have done it, and some of us are still doing it. What I would suggest is, if you are solo, or you're at this point are going to be solo and not by choice, is really look at what you're doing. A way to kind of help you out is consolidate your route. Make your route tighter. Your homes should be closer to each other. And then look at your prices. You know, if you're doing $10, $50 lawns every day, you're making $500. Now, if you're doing $10, $30 lawns, then you're only making $300. And again, it all depends on where you're at and what stage of business you're in. But like anything, guys, you have to look at yourself and really ask yourself, what am I doing? How can I become more efficient now that I'm becoming a solo operator? You know what I mean? So that's the way I look at it, guys. Look at your business, make sure you know what you're doing, consolidate your routes, pick and choose your right customers, and you can do this by yourself. And yes, you know, again, you say, well, what happens if you get injured and you can't do, you know, the route or whatever the case might be? But then what happens if you have a helper that all that guy or girl does is you know, help you? They don't have driver's license, they don't have the motivation, the dedication. You know, you're still in a hole. You can't put them in your vehicle and send them out and do your routes anyway if you're sick. See what I mean? So think about that, guys. It's not as hard as you may make it seem. I think the big issue is that a lot of solo guys take on more work that they can physically handle because they need the money. But if you consolidate your routes, or work towards consolidating your routes, and bring up your price just a little bit more, you can probably do less work and make more money and utilize your time a little bit more proficient. I hope this makes sense, guys. Put your comments in the comment section and let me know what are your thoughts. Okay? And all of this, guys, is my opinion. Okay? This is not the Bible, and I'm not the one that's saying this is the way you're supposed to do it. This is just my opinion. You know, I love coming out here by myself. You know, I do my 10 lawns. Well, you know, I used to do more, but this year, at this point right now, and starting next year, I'm only taking on 10 lawns a day and film my videos, and life goes on because I'm at this stage of my life where, you know, I want to enjoy what I do, make a little bit of additional monies, and enjoy my family. Make sense? And like I said before, guys, we're all not at that point in life, but in order for you to make a living at this, you really have to sit back and have a plan. You can't just swing it every day and be traveling an hour here and 20 minutes here to do a $40 lawn, because you're not really making $40. You know, you have to think about the gas and all that good stuff. All right, guys, hope this helps. Leave your comments, like, subscribe, and have a blessed one. Pop Smoke. Peace.